of the project completion report for Office of Rural and Community Affairs contract number 725290 in support of Glendale Rural Water Supply Corporation. Ms. Thomas. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Mary Kay Thomas with Amazing Grants. The final paperwork, the completion report on the Glendale Rural Water Supply project that the county received $250,000 for the Office of Rural Community Affairs is now complete, and I'm submitting the final documentation. I want to thank the court, the judge, and the county auditor's office. You're always so supportive, so helpful. Anything I need, it's there the minute I ask for it. So thank you for a very successful project and completion.
Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Number 7, consider approval of salvage yard license renewal application of Floyd Salvage. Constable Smith.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Judge, Commissioners, Floyd Ellison, owner of Floyd Salvage Yard on Montgomery Street in Precinct 4, has applied for renewal. He's paid the fee, have made on-site inspection, and he complied with Commissioner's court order. I recommend that his license be approved for renewal.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Constable Smith. Number 8, consider and approve a lease agreement between Smith County and East Texas Council of Governments for office space related to minibus services. Commissioner Hampton.
Judge and Commissioners, East Texas Council of Governments is bringing minibus in-house, so they're going to be in charge of it from now on. We have a lease agreement with the Senior Citizen Transportation Minibus Program. The Council of Governments is asking to take over that lease. So I've given all this information to our attorney, Mr. Gary. We have a copy of the new lease to them, but we have not set up any amounts or anything. And I guess that's something the court needs to decide if we want to continue with the sum of $187.20 per month, or if we want to increase it or decrease it or whatever. Mr. Gary, do you
Judge and Commissioners, this is basically the same lease we had in the past. We're just changing the party that's leasing it, and the court can decide on what rate you want to give. Basically, we're month to month right now with, I think it's Senior Citizens Transportation, so we just need to give them 30 days notice and then basically sign this lease, and that cost just takes over. I did notice a typo on the signature line on the proposed lease, so I'll have that changed. But and as far as rate, it's up to the court to decide what lease rate you want to put in there.
As I recall, Commissioner Young, that lease rate was set. The way we set the lease rates over at the Cotton Belt Building was we used the local or the area survey on commercial buildings of that condition and age and amenities and so forth, and came up with a square foot cents per square foot lease rate in that building, and that was how that's why that's kind of an odd figure, but that's how it was come up with, and I don't recall that it was all that long ago. It's a fairly recent number. I'm sure if the court wants to change it, we can, but no, that was when the lease was first with minibus was first entered into, but that rate was set far more recently than that, Commissioner. And just off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you, but it was within the last 2, 3, 4 years, something like that. I'm sure we could revisit that, but that's just a kind of a background on how that number was arrived at. Just so everyone knows, it's not an arbitrary number. And they have been one of our best tenants, I guess, if you want to call it that, over the years that we've had, as far as no problems in keeping the facilities in order and so on.
And I think the COG will do the same thing. I think they can keep it like it is now. I don't have a problem with the $187.20. I just want to make sure the court didn't have a problem with it. So it was for the discussion. My motion would be that we approve it.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Number 9, consider approval of official bond for purchasing director Bill Davis.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. This is just a standard required bond renewal. I recommend approval, please.
I don't know about this.
Never done background check.
Yeah.
Discussion? All in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Number 10, consider entering into contract for long-distance telephone service with Smith County. States.
The contract in your packet today is with SBC, AT&T, excuse me. We are currently in contract with them now. This is the exact contract that I'm requesting renewal. It's exactly the same. We went out and sought pricing from other state contracted vendors and were not able to receive better pricing. I reviewed this with Mr. Tanner because he was so involved with this last year on this project. He said, at this time, we're going to recommend renewing for 1 year only with SBC AT&T.
I move we approve.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Number 11, consider releasing title to insurance company for total 2002 Chevy Malibu, VIN number 1G1ND52J02M640906. Six.
Judge, we just need to have this title released so we can get a check from the insurance company.
Discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Number 12, consider releasing the following titles to East Texas Max sales per the lease agreement. Mr. Gary, do I have to read each VIN?
Judge and Commissioners, no, Judge, you don't have to use VIN. Here's why. We don't actually hold the negotiable title to these vehicles because they're under lease. So all we have to do is, under the terms of the lease, just release the non-negotiable instruments that we have. So we could actually pass this item if you wanted to.
Okay. Items 12A through L. First pass. Okay. Any discussion, any objection to that? Okay, none noted. Number 13, consider, accept, and approve the site selection and/or conceptual design and/or cost estimate for the proposed jail justice facilities as presented by HDR Architecture, Inc. in open Commissioners Court on Tuesday, August 14th, 2007, and further approve submission of the material to bond counsel to prepare proposed ballot language for the court's future consideration. I have a statement I would like I'm going to read into the record, and I ask that the other court members consider ratifying this in the form of a resolution. The court is embarking upon its most ambitious and forward-thinking capital project. Never has a Smith County project addressing essential government services been so scrutinized and the subject of so much community input as the proposed jail expansion. It has been a tedious project by necessity, with no stone left unturned. It has involved a failed bond election, the court's focus, 14 months of the task force members' time, untold hours of county employees providing input, community stakeholders ranging from judges, clerks, district attorneys, and many others, and the best and brightest of our community's technical professionals, along with some of the nation's best consultants and architects. All this said, the county has meticulously built a solid foundation for the electorate to support law enforcement and to provide the tools they need to get the criminals off the street and to protect our community. In June 2006, after the rejection of the May 2007 bond initiative, the court appointed the Smith County Buildings Task Force. The task force suggested guidelines adopted by the court committed to a credible decision process that ultimately could be defended to the electorate in a bond election. Contributing to the failure of the last bond election was the failure to assimilate prior studies and to reconcile conflicting information. This ultimately led to eroding the confidence of the public as to the proposed size of the jail. This shortcoming was addressed by a comprehensive study of statistics, population growth, incarceration rates, and many other factors, building upon hundreds of thousands of dollars of prior studies and updating them. The final product yielded a jail expansion of 1,104 new beds, with the possibility of an additional floor to house 288 inmates, and renovation of 272 existing beds. The court believes the downtown jail location on the site selected provides the most effective use of taxpayer dollars and existing county assets, including the existing jail links to the courthouse and county-owned property.